Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? I'm having a hot flash right now. Oh my goodness me. Oh, haven't had a hot flash with you guys in a long time. So it's Monday morning today. I hope you all had a great weekend. I really didn't do much of anything. Just did what I normally do, mess around with my bags. I re-dyed a lot of bags this weekend, and they're all hanging in various places all over the house. None that well, there's one over there, and two over there, and one over there. And I've actually done a little bit of work on today's bag. So Fossil is not a bag I come across very often in terms of vintage. I have a little bit of a soft spot for Fossil just because it tends to be I have not bought anything new in years and years and years and years. So I can't really speak to the new. What's going on here? But historically, the more vintage Fossil, again, like Roots, like Coach, the quality was just wonderful. And it seemed to be a little more affordable than Coach and Roots. So I tended to gravitate towards Fossil just because I really like their watches. So then I decided that I like the utilitarian aspect of their bags. Lots of pockets, lots of sturdy straps. So today's bag is a off-white Fossil multi-compartment. You've got a compartment, your interior, a couple of slip pockets, and then your zipper pocket, and then you've got another side pocket. So this little bag is probably a little more worn than I would offer, but because it's Fossil, I am going to offer it priced accordingly. I have done a little bit of work on it. I have re-dyed the corners because they were in pretty bad shape. The straps I'm not going to bother with. There is some wear on the straps. The glazing seems to be okay. There's all the brown glazing. I guess there's a few little cracks in it. There is some discoloration on the lining just at the bottom of the pockets. It's all been cleaned inside and out, as all my bags are. There is quite a bit of glue seepage. There's some there. On the other side, so that's not staining, that's just glue that has yellowed over the years and seeped out. And there is one spot, or I thought there was a spot, yeah, just little. I could probably get rid of that actually. Oh, and Renee, I do apologize. I meant to fix the logo tab in that last bag, and I forgot to. So I apologize. If you're watching this video, I do apologize. That little soprano tag is just loose in that one corner. So I'm sorry. I meant to fix it. So that's today's bag. There's pockets on the sides. These little tabs are just decorative. I can't imagine a strap fitting on that. You could MacGyver something if you wanted to, I'm sure. But it's just a nice, I like these bags that are like tight under your armpit and open all the way. I really like those bags. And there's your Fossil, can barely see it, your Fossil stamped plate. So that is today's bag. Daily driver for sure. 7 out of 10, which I don't post many 7 out of 10s, but I love it. It's a great little bag, and it's there. I mean, can you find these all day long out there? Marketplace, whatever? Possibly. I haven't seen very many white Fossils. So again, that's another reason why I kind of took notice of this one. I don't see much white at all. So, or off-white as it were. Where's something that's really white? Yeah, you just see there's a slight difference. And this is actually the little makeup thing that I used to re-dye the edges. And I had to mix the color because it's not bright white. So that's what I spent a lot of time doing over the weekend. I had like a real acid green Coach bag. It was like an olive, but acid olive. Oh my goodness me. The time it took me to mix that paint. And then finally I Googled it and it just said add a bit of red. And it's maybe a little bright, but the bag looks way better than it did. So what's happening is I'm taking all these bags out of storage slowly. And I'm finding bags that I have had for a long time. And the reason I've had them for a long time is because they're probably a little too worn for what I'm doing with this little hobby business now. But now that I have all my recoloring balms and my Angelus paints, I can re-dye them, which is going to make them much more saleable. And I can't sell something that I wouldn't use myself. And would I use something that has issues? Absolutely. But to me, it's just a reflection on me. And I just won't do it. So that's why I've had these bags for so long, because I bought them thinking, it's okay. And then in reality, I'm like, no, I don't think I could sell that. I mean, some people don't give a shit, but I do. So there we go. That is today's bag. It's just been listed. So with that comment in mind, I wanted to talk to you about something that has come up over the weekend. So Friday was the first kind of art crawl. I've mentioned art crawl many times over our conversations. It is a once monthly outdoor artisan event that is getting bigger and bigger and is causing some problems. So Friday was the first one. I didn't go. It was way too cold. But I guess it was a bit of a shit show. And it's been kind of heading in that direction for the last, obviously over the 2 years of COVID, there was nothing. But 2019, it was starting to, the idea is that you take a table, you put your stuff out and, you make a bit of money. You're in that artistic artisan environment and away it goes. Now, the grassroots of Art Crawl was artists. Painting, sculpture, and then more of the vintage stuff started to fall into place, because where this art crawl is being hosted, there's a lot of vintage shops. So there was one of the girls, her name is Nina. She does soap, pottery actually. Pottery or soaps? I can't remember. I think it might be soaps. Anyway, irrelevant. She's kind of taken on the role of being a little bit of a voice for Art Crawl. So she put a very lengthy message on the Facebook Art Crawl Facebook page just saying, listen people, no tents, pick your garbage up and be careful, because the city turns a blind eye to the street vendors on that one day. And if we're not careful, they're going to shut it down. They've had 2 years of not having to worry about it. They don't get anything out of it. It is just a little window of community spirit. Well, apparently there's people coming from hours away to participate in this local, or what was a local event. And then the comment was made about all the people selling old stuff, old purses. I'm sure that was focused at me. And it's starting to look like a yard sale. Yeah, I've seen the young 19, 20 somethings who just take a blanket and put everything out on the ground. You know what? I've defended my bags before on this site. I think, first of all, people don't appreciate how difficult it is to handpick, curate beautiful pieces of fashion history. And I look at every one of these pieces of fashion history as pieces of art. And what I do with them when I get them home is my art. I clean the bags, I refurbish the bags, I find out about the bags if there's any history. So I have a performance art attitude to what it is I do. A lot of my bags are Canadian. I didn't make them. They're 40, 50, 60 years old, some of them. I believe myself to be a representative of their art, and I am just providing it to the next person. The eco-friendliness of it, I've said this many times, I don't even talk about it. I should. So I was going to dig in with it, and I just thought, you know what? I can't be bothered. I feel very strongly what I do is art. It's my interpretation of art, and that's what art is all about. When I see the lady who gets the garden gnomes from the dollar store and drips red paint all over them and puts tutus on them and calls them zombie gnomes, does that art representation make me think, oh, I want to go get one? Absolutely not. It is not my thing at all, but I would never shit all over it. So it's, yeah, I'm starting to, I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's, and apparently there's so many people now that the city's going to do something about it. They have to. It's becoming almost, a thoroughfare hazard. You know, people with walkers, with buggies, they can't get through because all these nitwits with 10 by 10 gazebo tents, and that's never what it was about. So I don't know. We'll have to watch this space and see whether or not, I really didn't have any intentions of selling bags this year. I was going to sell my wallets and my belts and give out my information for Etsy. That's what I was planning on doing this year. So I probably still will because it's too much of a marketplace to ignore. I do have a new spot. My girlfriend works at the Bank of Montreal on James Street North. And apparently she said she might be able to make arrangements for me to be able to set up out there, which would just mean that I don't have to go at 11 o'clock in the morning anymore and be there for 12 hours. You know, trying to restrict my food, restrict my liquid, because then I got to go pee, and who's going to look after my stuff? So it's a real commitment, this art crawl thing, but it's amazing. Like I don't know. We'll see. It sounded very much like there were some people who've had some very negative feelings about it for a long time. And one of the ladies, the lady that actually called out my old bags, she actually said that the merchants are not impressed with it anymore anyway. It's not a benefit to the street, or I don't know what the word would be. Like, it doesn't enhance the street's credibility or popularity or anything like that. If anything, it's just a pain in the ass. Nobody can park, which means that restaurants are seeing less customers on that Friday night because there's no parking. Like, just stuff like that. The garbage that's left behind. So anyway, wah, wah, wah. And I got more wah, wah, wahs. The gym this morning. Oh, these people who hog equipment because they think it's their own goddamn basement. Stop it. This young girl, she looked like a pencil. And, she was on this equipment from the minute I got there to the minute I left. So I was like, I can't even be bothered asking her because I needed to use some of it. And can't be bothered. I tried to do, it was a bicep and tricep day today. So it was just one last tricep exercise. So I tried to do dips on the bench. Nope, I have a shoulder injury, and it just was like, stop it. Anyway, long video today because of my rant. So let's finish up with our last three pieces for Fendi. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but Sylvia Venturini was Anna Fendi's daughter. That was the significance of her starting her role in Fendi as a gift wrapper. Apparently she was a little bit of a big time party girl at Studio 54. I think I already mentioned that, but I'm not sure. I didn't tick it off. All the girls back in the day, the 5 daughters were dressed in navy and black, and a lot of people thought they were orphans. The Fendi legacy was not for them to be orphans. And last but not least, Karl Lagerfeld was referred to as the 6th daughter. The 6th sister. Funny, 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 funny. So that's me for today. Have a great day, everybody, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.